Hi everybody. I just wanted to send a message from a fellow Canadian from Mexico. I've been living abroad in Costa Rica and in Mexico for the last few years, so I actually left Canada just coincidentally right before the whole COVID thing happened. And I've been really, really lucky in that sense that I haven't had to endure the mandates, the craziness, the alienation and the isolation and the fear that has been plaguing the rest of the world, Canada, and what you guys have had to marinate in for the last 2.5 years. And but I have been following it. Obviously I've got family and friends in Canada, and I know many, many personal stories of people who have suffered because of these mandates and because of the COVID restrictions. And I have a divided family. You know, half of my family is very propagandized, and the other half, thank God there's another one, who's more awake to what is really going on. That's what I feel. And I wanted to say that if I could be back there right now to support you, I would. As it stands right now, I can't, because I would most likely have to be vaccinated. But I'm figuring that out so that I can get back to Canada. Because I gotta say, you know, for the first time in many years, well before I left to travel, I wasn't feeling like Canada was my home. I wasn't feeling any sense of loyalty or patriotism or pride. And I, up until even a month ago, I didn't really feel connected to Canada. And that is the biggest gift that you truckers and everyone in this movement, doctors, scientists, lawyers, that's the biggest gift actually that you have given, along with many, many other gifts that you're fighting for right now. But that is the biggest, that you gave me back my feeling of pride. And I actually feel like I want to go home for the first time in a few years now. I want to go home, and I feel like home has a meaning. You know, it's Canada, my home. I haven't had that feeling, maybe not ever. So thank you so much for that feeling. That homesickness that I feel right now is wonderful. It's wonderful. And I wanted to also just put out there to anybody else who maybe is in a position like I am, in the sense that not living abroad, but I'm feeling a little bit powerless here because I can't get involved in the Freedom Rally, and I can't get involved in grassroots movements there. And it's overwhelming. You know, what's happening in the world is sometimes just overwhelming. I'm a pretty positive person, but man, sometimes, like today, I woke up and I just felt frozen in uncertainty, and I didn't know what to do with myself, you know, and that's a hard feeling to have. It's not a pleasant feeling, and it's a first. I remember reading about this kind of situation, and we've seen it in movies, and I just still can't believe that it's actually happening. You know, I know it is. I know the agenda. I feel certain that the agenda is real, that underlying global agenda. To me, it just seems like, of course, why wouldn't there be a globalist agenda? But I just didn't think it would actually come to this. I don't know. It was a naivety, I guess, of wishful thinking, willful ignorance, whatever it was, a mix of all those three. But now it's sad, but I'm really seeing we have a long fight ahead of us. And I'm okay with that. I'm not running away. I'm not jumping ship on Canada. I'm coming back. Because, yeah, I could have maybe a safer life here. Maybe it would be easier. You know, a little cheaper to be here. But this is truly a global issue. And I think I'm kidding myself if I think that I can hide out here. I think if we don't nip this in the bud now in Canada and around the world, wherever the little seeds are becoming visible, I think there's going to be nowhere to hide. So I would rather live a potentially uncomfortable life, maybe a more challenging life in Canada, awake and alongside other awake people, my fellow Canadians, and maybe even have a shorter life there. I don't know, maybe that's being dramatic, but a year ago I would have thought this was being dramatic, so I can't say that's not a possibility, but I'm ready. If that's what it means, yeah. I would rather be awake and uncomfortable for less time, a shorter life, than hide out in some illusion of freedom and safety, or be asleep with the general population and live a longer caged life. I'll take the red pill. So thank you again for everything. If I could be there to be supportive, I would. But know that I am supporting you from here. And I know a lot of Canadians throughout Mexico and Costa Rica are also feeling the same way. And thanks for giving me back my pride in being a Canadian. I love you.